So last night, Thursday night football, opening game. What thoughts? Did it happen how you expected it to happen? I mean, it was kind
Yeah,
of a blowout.
yeah. I expected a blowout. Like a, I thought this year would be like a 34-24 victory or something like that, or like a 30-20 victory for the Chiefs. I just kind of went the way I thought it would go. I actually thought it would be a little more competitive, and then towards the end, it would like fizzle out. But I think after that first drive from the or second drive for the Texans, where they were up 7-0, it just kind of went downhill after that. After that, they couldn't get going after that.
Yeah, pretty much. After they scored that first touchdown, that was it. Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, it could have even been worse if Demarcus Robinson could have caught that first touchdown.
Mhm.
I could have been in the 40s. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
pretty rough.
But honestly, it's kind of what I expected going in, so I'm not really that surprised. I felt like it just felt weird with not even half the fans, maybe
No,
like
yeah, it
15%
was only
of the fans.
right.
And it's like usually the first game, everyone's so hyped and like the crowd's going nuts, but it was just like, it was actually louder than I thought it would be because it
Right.
sounded like maybe
Yeah, I
40,000,
mean they are
50,000.
pumping noise into
Yeah,
the stadium.
right.
But yeah, I think it still feels different. I think it's probably a very different experience at the game where, if you go there,
Can you
you
even
kind
eat a
of,
hot dog?
I think you can eat hot
Yeah,
dogs.
you gotta put up three
I'm
or
mad.
four.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
get
I
kicked
think.
out of the game if you were studying hot dog.
Well, when you go to an actual NFL game, in addition to it being loud, there's just like a feeling of energy and
Right, right.
stadium almost
Stadium's about to
shakes.
crumble, yeah.
Right. I don't think if you went to a game now,
Yeah,
it would be that same energy.
probably feels like a scrimmage, honestly. Like as a fan standpoint, when you go there, it's like not that many people there. It's
True.
competitive because it's a scrimmage, I guess.
True.
But
True.
it's like, yeah, it definitely doesn't have the same feel of watching it. But it's still exciting just to have football back. Um, like I said, it's kind of the way I expected it to go. So
Yeah. I I actually thought I didn't think it was going to be a blowout. I thought it was going to be competitive the whole way through. But honestly, Patrick Mahomes didn't lose a beat. I
right.
mean, he picked up right where he left off in the Super Bowl and just crushed the Texans.
Yeah.
Do you think this game says more about the Texans or about the Chiefs? I mean, do you think it was a bad game by the Texans and a good game by the Chiefs, or is this how we can expect it to be all year?
I don't know. Week one's always hard because it's like no one has film out there. No one really knows what to expect, especially with no preseason. So it was like it was really weird. So it's hard to tell where it'll go. I just think, obviously, I think the Texans or the Chiefs will continue this type of play because
Right.
I mean, they've been together. Their offenses, it is what it is. It's like almost like if they have a bad game, that's like weird.
Right.
For the Texans, I just think, I mean, they have a new offensive coordinator, no D Hop anymore, so they have to spread the ball around more. And then you could tell Deshaun Watson really didn't have anywhere to go. And then, like, he would put the ball on the money on, like, Will Fuller or Kenny Stills and bounce off their fucking head or something.
Yeah.
They weren't expecting.
Kenny Stills had a chance to get a nice catch there towards the end of the game, and
Yeah.
it just hit him in like the shoulder. I don't think he was concentrating at all.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like they're going to have more time. They're going to have more time adjusting to playing without D Hop because he was literally their whole offense last year. I think he had 100 plus some receptions, and the next guy was like in the 70s, I think, from what I remember. So I
Right.
feel like I think they're going to get better just because they're going to have to get used to a new coordinator and playing without D Hop, using what's his name more
Will Fuller.
Johnson,
Oh, running back, yeah.
using him more. So I expect them to play better, but it's also kind of a indication of what it is like without that star receiver. Like Deshaun Watson for a lot of the game was thrown into the fucking dirt.
Yeah, he was. I mean, after a while, he just started having to run around because he couldn't find anybody open.
Right.
Statistically, I mean, Will Fuller had a 100-yard game, but I don't think
Feel
that's.
like it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Until I checked the stats, I didn't realize he had it either.
Yeah.
What'd you think about David Johnson's debut?
I thought it was good for him to actually freaking, like, because, I mean, I still think it's a dumb trade, but, like, even if he has, like, 1,000 yards this year, I just feel like it'll never, for
Can't
the
replace that.
compensation they got was just not it, I guess.
No.
But, I thought it was just good for him to kind of just show out there and be like, I still got something left in me, even if it's not good, what it was before. So I thought it was cool. I thought he played good. Had a lot of jump cuts and read really well. Like read his box really well.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
that first touchdown was good. So I think it's gonna work out for them.
Do you think it was because there were a few instances where Kansas City was, at least in passing, their linebackers were caught out of position? Do you think it might have been the reason, or do you think David Johnson's actually back to old form?
I think it's a mix of both. I don't think he's back to his old form. Just basically not playing for the last 2 years or so because he's been so injured.
Right.
But by all means, he looked like he still had his jump cut ability. He still had his power and explosiveness. So I think he'll have a good season going forward. Even though it was the first game where really no one knew how they were going to use him and stuff. I think he'll have a good season.
Yeah, I
Based
agree.
off this first game.
I sure hope so.
I don't. He's in my division.
On the other side, though, what were your thoughts on the little French guy?
Oh, yeah, that was.
I mean, he had, I think, the best opening game
Hassan in
since.
his back pocket.
He had the best opening game since Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, right. Kareem Hunt and someone else. I think he had the third most yards as a debut.
I mean, it's the best game since that Kareem Hunt game where he had 170.
Yeah.
I think the French guy had around 130 or so.
Yeah. I thought. He put other than the goal line where he got stuffed 1,000 times.
They probably need to switch that up. Maybe get someone else in that package.
I think he'll be fine. Just because he is a little short. I don't know. Running the goal line these days just seems harder than before for some reason. They got to go back to just launching over people.
Oh, just doing the dives, the Walter Paytons.
You're already getting hit in the head everywhere. Might as well just head first that shit.
Yeah.
But other than that, he looked like he was the part, right? And that only is sucks for the rest of the league because you're they don't have a running game.
Right. I was just gonna say you're their running game might be questionable, especially with Williams opting out, and then this guy comes in and is nope, we got this.
Yeah. So I thought he played good.
Yeah.
For a rookie, for no preseason, none of that, just to come in and kind of just crush it.
Right.
He did good.
I agree. What about on the defensive side? You heard L'Jarius Sneed's name quite a bit. It looked like they were trying to pick on him, but he wasn't having it.
Yeah, I didn't know who the hell he was coming in. He was a fourth-round pick from LA Tech or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think anybody expected him to have the game he did. So that was pretty cool. He got that one pick that was kind of more Watson holding the ball and Tyrann Mathieu getting that pressure on him.
Yeah.
So it was kind of but those picks are probably I feel like if I'm a rookie, those are the hardest, right?
Yeah.
Given to you,
Right, it's just floating there.
You're trying to catch it, you're hoping you don't drop it. But they tested him all night, and
he lived up to it. Yeah. He was a replacement for Breland, who's suspended for the first 4 weeks.
What do you do? Fucking PEDs or something?
Honestly, I don't even know. I just know he's suspended. Yeah, probably something like that. Some substance abuse, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you think he stays in there all year? I think West actually got hurt last night, the other corner.
Yeah. It's hard to, obviously for right now he's in there because of Breland. So if he plays like this for the first 4 weeks, I'd imagine he earned, I don't know, the starting spot, but at least the playing time.
Yeah, for sure. And that pick he got was under great pressure by Tyrann Mathieu. He doesn't look like he's lost a step either. He just tossed down Darren Fells and did whatever he felt like it.
Yeah, I don't know. With the Chiefs, I just feel like they don't even need a preseason, right? They're already built, and they're just
they haven't really changed
honestly,
much from last year.
Regular season probably boring to these guys because they know they're just gonna kick the shit out of everyone, at least with their offense. So I can imagine once they get closer to the playoffs is when it'll probably start being fun for them.
That's when they really start trying.